Yes, you saw what you clicked on. No, this is not rage bait. Just give me a shot to explain what I mean before you torch the video, please. Thank you. So, I finally got to a lot of your guys' favorite Canto. And my God, was it good. Yeah, I know you guys like to say that each Canto gets better than the last. Did this one hit harder than Canto 5 for me? If so, how can I say Heathcliff's tragic love story is the worst since Canto 2? Well, sit back as I talk about the roller coaster of emotions, the highs and the lows of the story, and even why I think that Canto 6 is the worst Canto since Canto 2. Alright guys, so as is tradition to these Canto videos, what were my thoughts about Heathcliff before I got into his Canto? Well, honestly, he was a completely brash braggart with a big heart. I would often compare him to Danganronpa characters due to his over-the-top bad boy style of attitude. However, as I made my way through the Cantos, you start to see a lighter side of the man. Don't get me wrong, he'll still knock your head off if you piss him off, but he also talks about others being better than him or not. He did this with Ishmael through the sea intervalo, and when she gets covered in whale juices and starts to go all pallid, it is Heathcliff who frees her from the film that encases her, showing that his heart is not only in it for the combat, but for the sinners that he has slowly started to care for. Hell, even the chat in my streams are often overran by many people that choose to use this man's name as their YouTube handles. There's so many of them. If you're here, hi guys. However, he is the classic style of machismo with a touch of caring stereotype character that we have in fiction. The one that gives you the raw, full, unchained manly power that don't hold back vibes. However, with the negative effects of not being able to bridle his power or his mouth in tense situations. However, it's time for you guys to unbridle your power and pound that subscribe button like Ricardo does to those who steal his hair coupons. And hit the like button while you're at it. I know, I promised to tell you guys why I think Canto 6 was the second worst in the game, and a lot of it has to do with the characters that we were introduced to in this section of the game. Don't get me wrong, many of the characters here are well written and well developed. It's a Project Moon game after all. We get sweet, misguided Nell who just wanted the pain to stop. Matt, the caring leader of the aptly named Dead Rabbits. Catherine, who was so distraught from her Heathcliff leaving that she would be willing to destroy the multiverse just to bring him a bit of happiness. The obedient dog Linton, and the only person more easily set off than Heathcliff himself and Hiddenly. Unlike some other characters that were merely plot points or story dumps in earlier sections of the game, each of these characters play their part in the grand scheme that is the overarching story of Canto 6. As I was streaming this Canto to those of you who watched, I was getting a lot of hype. Many of you seem to love this tragedy more than any other Sinner story so far, and while I can see it in many parts of C6, I have to ask, why? No, seriously, let me know below. Are you okay? Do you guys need a hug? Most of you who are in the stream say stuff like, I know the loss of Heathcliff. I know how Kathy felt when she made her decision. Who is Kathy? And so on. But while the story is well written, it left me feeling not despair, but just a bit. I should love this Canto. The build up in the previous two intervalos set us up to actually feel Heathcliff's trepidation in approaching the manor. Him not feeling like he is good enough, from his clothes to his attitude that he knows he has trouble keeping in check, and everything in between. The closer we get to Wuthering Heights, the more you can see and actually feel the unease radiating off of our favorite baseball bat wielding madman. As much as we can feel Heathcliff's inner turmoil, it is nothing to the weirdness of the situation we find ourselves in when we enter the manor itself. Almost immediately, one can tell something is off. Shifty gazes, a silence that's not familiar to Heathcliff, and for some reason, a bunch of fixers sitting around making sure nothing happens, but no sight of why Heathcliff came back. And then we find out that this was not supposed to be a reunion, but a funeral. Up until this point, I'll admit, I had my theories about what was going on, but I didn't want to jump straight to, "This woman is dead." All of this is good. Great traditional style Project Moon twists and turns. And don't worry, I'm not going to do a full breakdown of what happened in the whole Canto. I'm just pointing out things I liked and trying to get you into my mind so that you too can understand why I think this Canto went from easily the greatest to a very solemn end. The almost murder mystery vibe we got as we make our way through the house gave me a lot of Agatha Christie's and then there was none vibes. Which, fun fact, I actually played in as a teenager. I was the General MacArthur character. Hell, we even get a diary that only Heathcliff can read due to the spirit of Catherine allowing him to give us the murder's diary aspect of many D&D campaigns. Everything, and I mean everything, about this Canto was building up to something. The revelations that the dead rabbits were now, in fact, dead rabbits, and that their leader had been pulled from another world through the power of the mirror tech. It's kind of cool that through the use of the golden boughs, that the people of the city can technically access themselves from other worlds. Or, like it is used in this Canto, actually pull themselves from other dimensions into the worlds that they want to be in. However, this was explained better in the book Leviathan than here. I guess that's just more required reading for this franchise. Damn you, Project Moon! Damn you to hell! Anyway, just saying, the new tech was awesome. Honestly, fellow managers, I'm okay with tragedies. One of my favorite book series of all time is called The Night Angel Trilogy by Brent Weeks. Most of you probably have not read that one, but you probably should if you get the chance. However, the story of the Canto is not just tragedy. Think about it. This is that chick flick, The Notebook, turned up to Project Moon levels. The whole story is about two people who are madly in love with each other, who, instead of going out and looking for the other in Catherine's case, or just going back to the damn manor you know she lives in Heathcliff's case, you would rather wait until the other one dies than burn down the whole world around you. And not just your world, but all of the worlds where you exist, in order to bring about some sort of moniker of vengeance? Justice? What? This was still cool though. Virgilla showing up and kicking ass, guys. I can't say it better than I did in stream. Mons, go ahead and bring up the cursed clip.
I'm fucking erect right now.
The battle to the roof, the reveal of Heathcliff being Matt. For the two of you who will get mad about it, I mean, spoiler alert, all peak. The multiple bites all the way up to the roof will be ingrained in my head forever. And even the $10 billion skill discovery was great and well written. Also, who didn't believe that someone on the team was going to distort at least once? And which ones of you guys actually didn't think it would be Heathcliff first? Was I the only one who thought that? Then I got to the roof, and this is where the best, worst, and Canto killing sections truly happened. Earl King wanting to end all Heathcliff's ambition, meeting with the strong will of a woman who just wants the happiness for the one she loves above all else. As always, the music swells. We get to battle not only with our weapons, but different ideologies that are on the line here. Earl Keen's insane pessimism, Catherine's love-tainted pragmatism, and somehow Heathcliff's optimism that not only can he stop the Earl King, but somehow will still save his Catherine. As all this builds up, you expect, like always, some kind of crescendo, like Yi sang when his wings erupt out with the music, or even with Ishmael, how she chooses the heart over her true prey, that is Ahab. However, instead of the crescendo, we get snubbed. Heathcliff doesn't get a win, but neither do the two others that have orchestrated or even invaded the planned events for the night. In the end, everyone loses, including us. Dante gets a cool meta moment, but both Catherine and Heathcliff, who had learned of each other's love at this point, of what it was that both of them messed up, neither was truly gone from this world. And it's not like we haven't just proven with Heathcliff that we can pull people out of distorting, literally just downstairs from where we are now. No, there was no closure, no winners, no memories other than that of Heathcliff and Dante remembering the events that transpired. Yes, Heathcliff remembers, but that just leaves him sort of in a pre-Earl King stage. He still knows about Catherine, even if all the other Heathcliffs somehow forgot. Ours will still have the drive to bring his back. And I understand this could be used as a way to make him still grow as a character later on. But for now, we get left in a state of complete emptiness. Not sadness, like so many of you thought I would be in. I feel robbed of the satisfaction that I come to expect since Canto 3. Win or lose, we got something out of the story. Not since Canto 2 have we been cock-blocked so hard at the point of completion as we have been here. It would have been like if I had ended my video at the intro. And I'll eat my words, if, and I mean if, they ever get back around to Heathcliff for a second Canto, and they build up on this better. I'm hoping that all of you that have been talking about how each one of them should get 3 Cantos per center will be true, because if not, whilst most of Canto 6 is the best story that I have experienced so far in the game, that ending was just so meh that I believe Canto 2, in hindsight, became better than Canto 6. Now, if you have stayed this long and not unsubbed, let me defend myself a bit. I know that a lot of you will say, well, you don't know true loss, or that you resonate so well with this Canto due to the Romeo-Juliet style love that happens here with our star-crossed lover situation. And the thing is, we know the tech exists that could bring Catherine back. If not, it's not like it can't exist in this world. The fact that Heathcliff remembers and has access to high-level mirror tech, and the creator of the tech in the first place, means he can look into other worlds to try to figure out a way to bring back things that have been erased. And I mean, what happens if we reassert her into Dante's notebook after she's been erased? Don't forget, she was erased from Dante's diary to get rid of her after all. I don't truly know how to fix this issue, guys. I know many of you will disagree with me, but if even for a second you can see where I'm coming from, let me know at the very least. Well, fellow managers, what did you think? Did I have a point? Should I be kicked from the community, never to be heard from again? Or was this not as much of a hot take as I thought it was? Let me know in the comment section below. While you're at it, why not thinking about joining us on our Discord? We tend to talk about other games there. And guys, before I go, check out the sweet ass merch that we have recently designed for you lovers of the city you live in. We put a lot of time into getting these designs just right, so I hope to see you guys in them sometime soon. Well guys, that's going to be it. And remember guys, be good to each other. See you in the next video.
Peace.